Betting on college football teams that did not cover the spread last week, now they play teams that did cover. Doesn't work as well in college football as it does in the NFL, but you still got to look where the public is looking and where they thought what happened last week and what they saw. And that's going to be a factor in how the lines makers set the lines this week. There's 8 teams this week where they did not cover last week, and they play teams that did cover the spread. High percentage that they will cover this week, guys, because public perception is really a big key when it comes to setting these lines and trapping guys in the public, from what happened last week. Because the public looks at what just happened last week. That's the first thing. What did they do? What did they do last week? What did they do last week? They blew them out. Oh my, that is very key into the line makers and what their decisions are and how they make the line. NC State did not cover against UConn last week. They're getting 7.5 over Notre Dame, who looked very, very good in the opening week, 42-3. That's in the minds of bettors. Notre Dame blowout over Navy. Purdue they lost at home outright last week. Virginia Tech coming off of a big cover against Old Dominion. Purdue is +3 at Virginia Tech. Baylor +7. Baylor just lost outright. Everyone saw that against Texas Tech. Now they play Utah, who was on national TV, and they blew out Florida. So Baylor is +7 at Utah. Let's see, versus Utah. UTSA lost to Houston. They're now 11.5 over Texas State, who just got that big upset win over Baylor. Texas +7.5. They did not cover last week. Alabama did. Texas is grabbing 7.5. Boise, they just got blown out by Washington. They play UCF, who's coming off a 50-point blowout of Kent State. Boise against UCF, is that a play? Temple against Rutgers. Rutgers just won 24-7. Temple lost. See what happens there. And then Wisconsin, who did not look good. They didn't get the cover last week against Washington State, who just blew out Colorado State. Those are the 8 games where teams that did not cover the spread in college football this week play teams that did cover last week. NC State, Purdue, Baylor, UTSA, Texas, Boise State, Temple, and Wisconsin.